University. He got very long experience in industrial practice and plus 25 years of strategy management teaching and research. I think he got a lot of things to tell us the story about his experience in social enterprise, which is a very popular topic now in current situation. So his topic that he gonna give us today, it is about social enterprise tool and methodology, experiences from research and practice. So Professor Zhou, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. I think most of you are students, right? Are you forced by your teachers to come here? Because our host has introduced me, so I have to apologize to you, because as I know you are English school, right? So you all have well comprehensive about listening English, but I'm not acquainted to speak in English. So if it's fortunate, Mr. Guo will be my backup. If I can express precise, then he will help. I will give you some my history. I'm a PhD graduate from National Zongying University in Taiwan. As you see that I take almost 10 years to get my PhD degree. There must be two possible. One, I'm a very bad student. A second, I may be the most stupid PhD student in Taiwan. Now I'm a director of master program in social enterprise. Actually, I'm not director of social enterprise research center now because last year I stopped that job. I also a teacher, associate professor of administration, business administration college. I teaching strategic management. As I know, most of you come from architecture department, right? As I guess, maybe you are forced by your teacher, because some of you may think that I'm a professional. How is that social enterprise relevant to me? But from the perspective of strategic management, later I will tell you, social enterprise is relevant to all. Maybe I think architecture, maybe in the future, will be the core of the social enterprise, because architecture is relevant to lifestyle, right? Then I think the most important thing in social enterprise is lifestyle. This is a special issue I should mention. From 2006, I have many chance to join in international community engagement, including such area: India, Mongolia, Indonesia, Philippines, Nepal, Yunnan, Vietnam, Osaka. I learned a lot from those places. Hey, stop. In case some of you are preparing to take a nap. So I offer you a short film, just short film. So you want to take a nap, just quickly. Okay.
您知道吗？台湾每年制造586万吨的垃圾，这些惊人的垃圾量等同于11700多栋的台北101大楼，其中包括一年近45亿只的保特瓶。这些回收的保特瓶，即使埋入地下50年，还是垃圾，不会分解。面对塑胶制品的污染，除了积极减量使用外，是否还有其他的解决之道呢？其实，保特瓶回收可以还原成 PET 塑料后，再生成纺织品，其舒适度与原生材料完全相同。为了延续护命，减轻地球的承载，大爱感恩科技股份有限公司结合慈济环保志工资源，经数年开发，再续护命，开始一段将保特瓶化为大用的故事。有一条沙，一起地北，织造出大爱。它是坊间人手一万的保特瓶还原而成。透过慈济志工们的妙手，分解成最干净、纯度最高的原料，为密瓶法的绿色验证，将垃圾化为爱心，用一缕一缕再生聚酯纤维，有效降低耗费地球资源，以实际行动友善环境。它的名字就叫大爱环保纱。有一条毛毯以大爱环保纱制成，流传遍及24个因灾受创的国家，抚慰了超过25万灾民身心。这条毛毯结合了产业科技与人道救援精神，让一丝一缕的大爱绵密传递着慈悲的愿行。这份爱心中的每一缕纤维，源自全台湾4500个环保站与63000名以上的慈济环保志工单纯心念的身体力行，不分年龄、宗教与种族，从小孩到老人，从白领到蓝领，他们将人们每天丢弃的保特瓶一个个拾起，送进环保站，细心地去除瓶盖、瓶环、裁员装袋，然后送进工厂进行切片、造粒、抽丝等工序，完成优质的大爱环保纱。这份温暖由产业科技与慈悲精神的清洗结晶，传递了从环境永续到人道的大爱精神。大爱感恩科技股份有限公司系慈济实业志工，经2年多实务努力，终获正言上人慈准，于2008年12月10日正式成立营运。我们的宗旨是结合慈济环保志工的爱心以及实业志工的良能，创造保特瓶回收再利用的价值。透过大爱环保纱所制造的大爱环保衫等绿色产品，向世人推广并落实正言法师爱护地球的理念。为求达到高品质的水准，大爱环保纱所生产的大爱环保衫等每一项制品，皆具严谨的 SOP 验证程序，原料纯净，您可安心使用，并具吸湿、排汗功能，符合您穿着使用上的需求。也因不染的原色坚持，成品朴实简单，兼具实用性，让地球资源得以永续生生不息。 为求落实爱循环，我们以慈济精神与人文为本，结合国内国外企业与职业，所有投资盈余均回馈慈济基金会，投入赈灾济贫与净化人心事业，让清流让全球。垃圾变黄金，黄金变爱心，爱心化清流，清流让全球。这是大爱感恩科技股份有限公司与全球慈济人奉行正言上人叮咛的环保哲学。上人说：“做就对了，只要多用心，地球就有希望。”大爱感恩科技股份有限公司竭诚欢迎所有愿意为地球、为万物尽一份心力的朋友，使用大爱环保之物，将环保付诸实际行动，让地球降温，让世界因为这份爱更美丽。大爱感恩科技股份有限公司邀请您一起来披露与地球共生型的绿色价值。
Although there is a subtitle translate, but I'm not sure in the back seat can see that. Okay? Okay. Then I will ask you a question. Is Star Eye a great model of social enterprise? Someone against it, please raise your hand. No? You sure? You sure? I have to give you some background. 大爱 is under the 慈济 Foundation. Okay, 慈济 literally compassionate relief. It's an international humanitarian and NGO. It's very famous worldwide. Even awarded from United Nations. X again. Is Star Eye a great model of social enterprise? Someone against it? No? You sure? Okay, 好。There had a significant fraction of funds raised by 慈济 revolve around environmental friendly goals. In encouraging the recycling of items such as water bottles, just see in the film, okay? And they are targeting to reduce the weight, targeting to reusing items to reduce weight. X again, is Star Eye a great model of social enterprise? No. As of 2014, the foundation operates over 5,600 recycling stations in Taiwan. One of the foundation's project is the recycling of PET plastic bottles for for the production of textiles. The project, which was started in 2006, collect PET plastic and recycle them into clothes. The project is handled by 慈济 sponsored non-profit 大爱 technology. Non-profit company. The products are all designed by members of PEF staff and recycled plastic bottles made about half of the raw materials for both products. The project collects about 2,000 tons of plastic bottles each year. X again. Now, since 2007, the foundation has produced over 460,000 polyester blanket out of recycled plastic bottles, many of which have been distributed as part of 慈济 disaster relief programs through the world. Such that. XU again. Everyone agree that 大爱 is 大爱 a great model of social enterprise. No one against that. No one? Sure. But why? This is a news event. One of the writers who used to be a very successful entrepreneur, his business worldwide. Now he's retired. He became a writer. He asking to 慈济, please stop robbing the job from poor people. Why? Are you still believe that 大爱 is a business, social enterprise? Are you? Do you know that? Why does the writer arguing that, challenge that 慈济 became a robber? Why? I give you another famous case. Grameen Bank. Does anyone never hear about Grameen Bank? Never? Does anyone never heard about Grameen Bank? Some? Only some? Okay. I give you some background. Let's say those are awards of Grameen Bank. The special one is Nobel Peace Prize. Those are their awards. And this is some data for now, for you to make sure Grameen Bank is still operation, still working. In 2015, they have so much outstanding of loans. This is cumulative disbursement of loans from 2005 to 2015. Total number of members from 2005 to 2015. Most of you know Grameen Bank. The famous business of Grameen Bank is microcredit, right? They have won such awards, and they accomplish it so much, and they achieve so much result. Is microcredit a good business model for social enterprise? Is or isn't? Isn't? Huh? Depends on what? Depends on what? Huh? Context. What context? Depends on context. What context? I don't agree with you. Depends, but not depends on context. This is 2015 World Social Forum. So many representatives come from Africa, Asia, represent from NGO. They are arguing, go away, microcredit, go away. Why? Why? Why microcredit has been a disaster for the poorest in South Africa? Because the achievement, because the famous Grameen Bank, almost every underdeveloped country initiate microcredit program. In the end, in 2015, they accused there are so many people suicide themselves because microcredit. So, is microcredit a wrong social enterprise business model? It's wrong. But Grameen Bank still there. I have to ask, do you know who owns the Grameen Bank now? Who? Do you know? Anybody know? Huh? 95% are owned by their members. In former, they are poor. They are poorest people. Now they own the Grameen Bank. The other 5% under the government, because government are forced to take that. I will explain that why. This is the material I sent to your teacher. If I will introduce you a classical book. It's written by 200 years ago. 200 years ago. Do you know Adam Smith? Adam Smith. Oh, yeah. The Wealth of Nations. I know students don't like to read, but sometimes classical book is more aspiration, more insight for now. If you like, you can get free copies from internet in English. I guess must also have has the Thai language. Yeah, in China they have a Chinese version. Okay, free, you can get it. But I suggest you don't need to read whole book. Only need to read first 3 chapters. Because it is an old book, very classical. So some of the languages must be ancient English, right? I just directly quote from the book some keyword in the 3rd chapter. The title of first chapter is of the division of labor. I can start from small story. Imagine that if anyone, you need a pin, you must make by yourself. It may take you more than 1 day, then you can get it. One. In this book, he observed the factory. When you organize about, I remember it's 18 people, and separate the job to 18 jobs. 1 day, 18 people could make more than 40,000 or 400,000. I guess in today, maybe no limit. No limit. Maybe more than 40,000 pins a day. Why? Do you know why? Why? 1%. When you make a pin, maybe you will take more than 1 day. But when you organize 18 people, you just take 1 day. You may make more than 40 or 400,000 pins. Why? Do you know why? The key is the great increase of the quantity of work, which make the chance for the for the worker. They have three different important mechanisms to increase the productivity. First, the repeat will give the chance for the worker to increase of dexterity. If enough repeat, a great number of machines which facilitate an average labors. So, if we are aware that something we need, and there are enough people need the same thing, then we will create the repeat chance. Then we may invent some machines to do that. So I said in today, maybe we don't have we don't have to hire anyone. You can manufacture no limit quantity of your product, right? The reason for productivity improvement maybe come from learning curve, experience curve, economics of scale, economics of scope, knowledge-based economic, network economic, anything you can name about the economy. Anything come from the same reason, repeat. So you can assume that now so many developed countries are worried about. Now it's industry 4.0, right? After 4th industrial revolution, we are aware that we have unlimited repeat chance because whole world people may need anything we like, right? And we will live here forever, including my son, my grandson, right? So I believe Industry 4.0 will become. So after that, in the most extreme case, when the robot replaces all the work of people, I would like to ask you, let the world how to operate. Do you raise some question about that? Do you know what I'm asking? When robot replace all the work of people, what kind of situation? What kind of situation? Huh? No need labor, right? Then the world how to operate. Anything you concern? Anything you worry about? No job. Yeah, no jobs. The other concern, any? No jobs? No jobs will cost anything. No job. Huh? No money. No job, no money. So the problems belong to worker. Belong to worker. Worker have no job, so they don't have money. But you think about the, huh? Really? I'm worried about the owner of enterprise, the owner of such machines. I'm worried about them because no one can buy. No one can buy. Because no job, no money. So no one can buy. So I'm asking how to operate the world. Can you imagine that? You should. We were talking about that later. The next chapter. So it's easy now, you know. Every chapter only a few words. The second chapter. The title of second chapter. Of the principle which give occasion to the division of labor. I'm asking you, what's the meaning of business? What is the meaning of business? Huh? Earning profit. Yeah. What is the meaning of earning profit? Huh? What is the purpose of earning profit? Huh? For a living. Yeah, for a living. So your purpose is living or profit? Living, yeah. You have such potential. So I will give you the real meaning of business, real meaning of enterprise. As we see the exchange, any transaction by barter, by purchase, that any exchange, it gives the occasion for the division of labor. Do you remember the division of labor? The meaning of division of labor. Division of labor gives the chance for us to repeat work then we can improve our productivity. Do you remember that in last chapter? So in this chapter, it gives us the real meaning of business, exchange, or transaction. It's the tool to to complete the process of division of labor. Then we can achieve that productivity gains, right? Can you understand? Can you understand? No. Again. For example, if you need an arrow and a ball for hunting, right? If you make it by yourself, you may take 1 day to make arrow. You may take 1 day to make ball. Then you have to start 2 days. Yeah, maybe. But if you make ball, I make arrow. Then we change. Maybe we just take half of the day. Then we will go hunting together and go back barbecue together, right? Yeah, you understand that. The exchange transaction make the occasion of division of the labor, right? Okay. There is another important insight of this chapter about the difference of natural talents in different men. In reality, much less than we are aware of. And the very different genius which appears to distinguish men of different professions when grow up to maturity. It's not upon many occasions so much the cause as the effect of the division of labor. I give you a small story. Does anyone see the movie Castaway? Castaway? Tom Hanks. Because of airplane crash, so he dropped in isolated island, right? Now you may imagine 2 men stay on the isolated island. One is a doctor. Another is a fisherman. Huh? Fisher. Okay. One is a doctor. Another is a fisher, right? How can they live? How can they live? Eat fish, right? And how can doctor live? Huh? Why? Why fishermen? Why? Could doctor ask fisherman, you must sick every day. If not sick, I can be a doctor. I can earn money. Could he? No. I guess fisher may ask doctor, you are familiar with operation, right? Maybe you can cook for me. Help me to cut the fish, right? Okay? Now we find them the jobs, right? after 1 year, can you tell me who are what is their profession? Huh? Yeah, what are their profession? After a year. Huh? After a year. Fisher. And another? Yeah. Let's say the meaning. Skill, profession, is not the cause of division of labor. It's the result of division of labor. Can you understand? So let me use my language. The origins of an enterprise, according to last two chapters, it means people, in order to obtain the benefit of productivity enhancement through a variety of exchange to complete the division of labor program. Do you agree? Do you agree? Or agree or not? Huh? You can't understand. Huh? People, in order to obtain the benefit of productivity enhancement, no, you don't have to work 2 days, then you can hunting, right? Yeah. So, through a variety of exchange to complete the division of labor. So we can go hunting together and go back barbecue together, right? Okay. Therefore, the enterprise program is a kind of social cooperate program. Do you agree? Do you agree? Okay. So when we choose a certain skill or profession to start a business or open a business opportunity, it may be putting the cart before the horse. Do you agree? You look cost as you look result as cost. Well, you putting a cart before the horse. Can you understand? It means, huh? It means if you want to start a business, if you want to create a business, you don't rely on your skill. You must look at the society. You would like to propose the cooperation program, right? Chapter 3. Very quick. That the division of labor is limited by the extent of the market. As it is the power of exchanging that gives the occasion to the division of labor. So the extent of this division must always be limited by the extent of market. Do you agree? In other words, in his observation, he finds that as by means of water carriage, a more extensive market is open to every sort of industry. Then carriage alone can afford it. So it is upon the sea coast and along the banks of navigable rivers that in industry of every kind naturally begins to subsidize and improve itself. It means river gives the convenience for transportation, right? Then you can reach more people, and you can get more people to join your cooperation program, right? Then you will get more productivity enhancement, right? So meaning of social, meaning of enterprise. Because I'm just talking about enterprise. 200 years ago, there's not no social enterprise the word, right? Meaning of enterprise is to provide a cooperative program to the community through the sale to coordinate and create opportunities for the division of labor in order to share the benefit of productivity gains, right? Right. Do you agree? So in our program, I give a short and brief explanation about social enterprise. Reconstruction of human and society, man and nature, sustainable harmony of the new order. It's the same meaning. This is a vision I give to another bachelor business management program. It is for the context today. All my students are asked to work hard and ready for competition. But in our program, I told my students, when they come to the program in Fujen, business management program, they will never have to compete if they know the real meaning of enterprise, real meaning of business. So diversity to repress competition. When you meet some situation has the competition press, you only to do is diversify. And what is business? What is enterprise? Innovation to create cooperation. And cooperation in the pursuit of a better life. So as this Mr. said, living is the purpose, not profit, right? Huh? Huh? For any enterprise. You can imagine, besides this, where is the profit come from for not social enterprise? Can you imagine that? Steal from others, rob from others. Where are the profit come from? Now we go back to Grameen Bank. even so many people accuse microcredit. Is Grameen Bank wrong? Is microcredit wrong? I quoted those material from Grameen Bank website, so you can find it by yourself. Does anyone know that how much is the interest rate of microcredit in Grameen Bank? Does anyone know? You guess. How much? Interest rate. 2%. Anyone? We can bid now. How much? How much is the interest rate? 2%, 1, 2%, 2, 2%, 3, sold. You know me. Actually, 20%. Actually, 20%. But they won the Nobel Peace Prize award, right? They're asking poor people, the poorest people, the poorest poor people in Bangladesh for 20% interest rate. Can you believe it? I remember in the beginning, there are more than 99% reimbursement rate. And they're still running now. Why? Why such poorest people can afford 20% interest rate? I give you another example for compare. 2006, right? When they won the Nobel Prize award, right? In the same year, in Taiwan, in the same year, we have a financial crisis. What caused the financial crisis? Because financial industry loan to so many educated, bright future youth. Most of them are graduate from university through credit card, through cash card, with the cycle interest more than 20%, only 17%. But we create millions of youth became credit card slave. They can repay and cause the financial crisis. Why? Why? So you can find this material from the website of Grameen Bank. They said Grameen Bank's method of action can be follow the following principles. First, I can explain every principle, but I only want to give you an image about what they do are so different from general financial company. Let's start with the problem rather than the solution. Remember that, huh? A credit system must be based on a survey of the social background rather than on a pre-established banking technique. I know GMI, right? Has a financial program, okay? Adopt a progressive attitude. Development is a long-term process which depends on the aspiration and commitment of economic operators. I will not explain every principle, but every principle have so much meaning about reality. For this one, when I do social enterprise, when I helping social enterprise, most of the supporting agency or organization will ask me, what is the I forgot it in English. KPI, what is the KPI? Key performance index, what is the KPI? When will we see the KPI result? But this will told us it's a long-term process. That's third, make sure that the credit system serve the poor, not vice versa. Credit officer visit the village, enabling them to get to know the borrowers, not just sitting at the office waiting for the borrowers. I make it quick. Okay. Establish priority for action vis-a-vis to the target population. So you serve the most poverty-stricken people needing investment resources who have no access to credit. At the beginning, restrict credit to income generating, not for such credit cards left for consuming, right? Lean on small information group consisting of cooperative members coming from the same background and trusting each other. Some will say that Grameen Bank used peer pressure to make them to repay. But actually, it's a trusting system, not a controlling system. Associate saving which credit without it being necessarily a prerequisite. Combine close monitoring of borrowers with procedure which are simple and standardized as possible. Do everything possible to ensure the system financial balance. Invest in human resources. Training leaders will provide them. Actually, leaders is a repeat or let we say, just say a skill or machine or profession in the village. Okay? It's very strange. Grameen Bank borrowers, what make them, how to evaluate a borrower, or in general financial industry, they will ask the borrower, do they have assets right? For them to risk control, right? But in Grameen Bank, they don't do that. They're asking borrowers to do 16 decisions. To do 16 decisions. You see that? I will go through it quickly. You can find it from the website. Okay. Actually, it's just acronym living better. Living better. Just acronym. Decide to living better. Acronym to cooperate. I won't read it everyone. And every year, Grameen Bank staff evaluate their work. If in general financial industry, they will evaluate their staff. How much profit do they create, right? But in Grameen Bank, they evaluate their work and check whether the socio-economic situation of Grameen member is improving. Just because their member, the socio-economic situation of their member is improved, then they can repay. These are indicators. I won't read it each of them. Then we return to the question. Why microcredit has become disaster for the poorest in South Africa? Why? After we noticed about how Grameen Bank operates, we know that. Therefore, microcredit system of Grameen Bank is just a tool used to reintegrate society, not a standard machine or business model can be applied to each society. You can imagine that in Bangladesh, such poorest people don't have the chance to cooperate with others. So they don't have the chance to create the repeat and give the chance for the productivity enhancement, right? So it is easy. The only thing you should do is to persuade such people realize the mechanism of productivity enhancement and persuade them to cooperate. We can be sure that the microcredit system rather than Grameen Bank principle is the cause of the disaster in South Africa or other impoverished areas. Because when we copy the microcredit system, we didn't really understand the reason of Grameen Bank. We just copy that, quote, microcredit system. And we do just like any other financial industry, such as Taiwan, credit card company, loan to such great potential youth, highly educated young people, then transfer them to the credit card slave. Until now. I think we will leave some time for your question. So I will give you another case. It is come from UK. Do you know, does anyone know Austin Moore? Austin Moore. It is the first social enterprise town in UK. Next film will speak in English, but no subtitle.
Forefront of a brand new way of thinking. Cooperatives may be as old as the hills that make this England's highest market town, but what's going on here is something the rest of the UK can learn from, because Austin in Cumbria is a place that really pulls together.
Just here on the left, we've got Austin Whole Foods, which is a workers' cooperative, and then up on your right is a wireless broadband transmitter. Over there? Yeah, that's run by Cyberwalk, which is a local social enterprise providing wireless broadband to this whole area. Well, what makes Austin Moore really special is it's about 15 social enterprises, so a relatively small population, about 2,500 people.
Social enterprises, defined as not-for-profit businesses and services, owned and run by the local community or their members, provide 90 jobs here and have a combined annual turnover of around £2.5 million. The Moody Baker is one of them.
How does it actually work on a day-to-day basis? It's a bit like having a boss with 4 or 5 brains, or however many, directors and employees you have, because it's like we all have an equal say.
And since the start of the credit crunch back in 2008, nationally, the cooperative sector has grown by 25%, massively outperforming the wider British economy.
When times are hard, we do throttle back on our wages, but only the directors, the workers, will be paid in the usual manner. We don't work for anyone, we work with each other to achieve an aim. And it just seems to work.
Next stop, Alston's Cottage Hospital. It was recently threatened with closure, but locals ran a successful campaign to keep it open. Eleanor is in the middle of a consultation.
It's my hand, my left hand.
But the doctor is 25 miles away in Penrith. Though the initial funding was provided by the Department of Health, this innovative video link was only made possible by a social enterprise.
What Cybermore did was a lot of the heavy lifting. We went out and we sourced the equipment, we helped to train the staff, we worked out all the different red tape, all the issues, managed to sort all those things out and actually get the equipment in there up and running and being used.
In the winter, Alston can be completely cut off, and getting patients to and from the nearest big hospital is difficult. But there are some more traditional solutions to the problems caused by bad weather, like this homemade snowplow.
We get a lot of snow in the winter, and the last couple of winters particularly have been serious. It seems down the moment doesn't get the way to it, does it? I mean, if you ring the county council up during bad visit and say, I only got, they say, well, I'm very sorry, our priority roads are the main roads, and we're struggling to keep them up, which you can understand.
While it will run under contract from the local authority, the snowplow belongs to Tony and his fellow villagers.
we're on the end of the line as far as most of the service is concerned. We can't rely on the government to provide basic care for people and this sort of thing. It's us in large extended families.
But are Alston's community-based innovations, born from necessity as many have been, really ones that could work elsewhere in the UK?
Could you put this Alston model down in any town or city? Yeah, one of the big things we do is to actually bring people into Alston, show them the different social enterprises and say, this is how it works. And really try and fire their imagination so they can go back and do the same thing.
Aren't you going past Alston?
Actually, I have another film for Alston Moor, but I will close here with some ending. Do you understand Alston Moor? Before 1950, they are coal mining town. Their main industry is coal mining. But after 1950, the mining company closed the business. And because it's hot and especially in the winter, the town almost isolated to others. So it must be a rural area, right? Right? Have you seen any special creative social enterprise in this town? In this town? Have you seen that? Yeah? I mean, especially in creative. No? It's just simple. 2,000 people in there, right? Just as we know from the wealth of nations, if you cooperate, then you create repeat chance, right? Then you give the occasion of division of labor, then you can gain the productivity gains, right? So they just do anything what they need. The first time I introduced this case to my business school colleague, everyone will ask, what is the cost and benefit? But after the result of their statistic, their quality of life increased. Their income increased. Their employment rate lower. Everything improvement. So maybe we should create a new accounting system for them. So I would like to end here. Social enterprise is not so difficult to understand. The most difficult part is your perspective of the world. It's your perspective of business. It is easy when you targeting your cooperation partner. Then you create a repeat situation, and you can share the productivity gain. Then you get your profit. Everyone get their profit. Can you understand? Yeah, we have 10 minutes. If I can express precisely, you can ask now. My backup is here. Do you have any question? Yeah.
Good afternoon. My name is Kanchia. I would like to ask you about the situation about Miss Objective. In the first class, you have introduced one company. I can't remember the name of this company. It's about recycle. And I would like to know if the next generation of this have operate and have Miss Objective. Thank you.
I think you're just asking the DAI technology, right? That seems to the right thing, recycling through volunteers, right? And they are targeting for the nature environment, right? Friendly, right? This is what I said. If we start a business with a spatial issue, there are some kind of dangers. Do you remember that? The skill, the profession, talent are not the cause of division of labor. It is the result of division of labor. So when we choose a spatial issue, most of the time, you will cross different community. Then you forgot what is your influence on every community. Okay, in that case, Daai and Ciji, they only focus on the issue of recycling, right? It's a typical question. Any cooperation program will replace the old one, right? So some of my students, they give me a very stupid alternative. So if Daai or Ciji reorganize the process of recycling and inclusive such poor people to the process, then there is no problem. Who will accuse them? So your purpose is the society. Your purpose is the community, not the enterprise, not the skill, not the issue only. Right? Okay. Because of the time, if we have the chance, I will introduce you why European, why USA now facing a very serious crisis. You know Trump? Yeah? Do you know European? Do you know the youth unemployment rate in youth in European? How much? Unemployment rate of youth. In average, more than 20%. Some of them are over 50%. Spain, Greek. Start from 2008, the financial crisis. Why? Someone predict that the USA is more serious than European. So Trump will win the election. Why? And how? And how to solve? Remember that question I asked. In the extreme case, robot replace everybody's work. How the world? Huh? How? Yeah, that's why. That's why. But how? How to solve this problem? Huh? Huh? Adding something. Something that robot cannot do. Nothing robot could replace. I remember in France, there are robots who can draw. Even the art creation. So anything robot can replace. No. Why not? I welcome robot. Solution. Happy. Only have to do is just happy. Okay, I give you the solution. The owner of capital, owner of such machine, robot, right? He should give everybody what they want for free and return by respect. Everyone in the heaven. Huh? You don't have to. Do you know that there must be at least six nations, 6 countries, from developed country to underdeveloped country, starting to give the unlimited basic income to their people. So you don't have to work. You don't have to work. Government give you unlimited basic income. Huh? Yeah. But in another way, I just said that. Some of the value that we believe before may not that's always. For example, you must work. But now robot can do every work. So why to work? Compete with robot? Don't need, right? The most important, as the beginning of the talk, I said, the most important purpose of you is living and happy. Yeah. So as I said, in the future, living style is the problem. Living style is the most important problem. When you don't have to work, how can you live? How can you live? Do you know that? There's a paradox. Most country, most government, feel about the industry 4.0, right? Then encourage their people to learn more skill about the smart factory, right? But if the improvement, the speed of improvement about the smart factory, it will increase the employment of everyone, right? It's paradox. So that is not solution, right? Only because we just put our cart before our horse. Right? Do you believe? I think the time is over. I will give back the microphone to our host. Thank you, everyone.
Okay. I think all of us get the very fruitful benefits from your talk very much, okay? And may I invite Associate Professor Dr. Thananya Vasusi to give a token of appreciation to Professor Zhou. And may I invite all the committee for this project, อาจารย์นันทนาพี่เตอร์พี่สุเรนอาจารย์ทิอาจารย์น้อง okay to have a photo session please อาจารย์อ้อยอาจารย์แมน as well ครับ Professor Zhou a group photo as well
Thank you very much everyone for your kind attention and see you next GMI forum. Okay, thank you.